That's a bunch of our poop. Oh, wait. Right there. So every year when we plant in the fall, we spray our fields before we bush hog them. Then obviously bush hog disc and plant. But we always have a little bit of extra mix left after we spray. So instead of just, going super heavy, essentially wasting a bunch of it, we'll open up the bottom of the spray tank, bag it out or bottle it out, and have a little bit for me to be able to use to either spray around the cabin. Actually, Lair Dog just cut the grass, looks awesome. Spray around the cabin where we don't have to weed eat, or like if I weed eat around the troughs and feeders like I did last week, I can go ahead and come back and spray this week and not have to worry about weed eating it for at least a little while. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill up this spray tank, make sure she's good to go. Probably clean this tip and then kill the mess out of the grass around the feeders and all. Just keep it lower as we're moving through spring into summer. It tends to get out of control. Makes it a lot easier for predators to kind of hide around and wait around the feeders, and then also makes it a little snaky for when we're messing around them. So that's what we're doing today. Label your drugs if you do it. Because we've got a couple new jugs in there. And we used to run into problems with that. You got a pre-mixed jug that you think's a new jug. You spray all the fields. They barely turn yellow. We want them to turn black. So the beauty is, I love these things. Cut you some 4-inch pipe buried in the ground. After you skin a deer, there you go. That's not what I was going to talk about, but if you skin your own deer like us, I think they're pretty awesome. That's a bunch of our poop. Oh, wait. Right there. The beautiful thing is about a hunting club, there's always something to do. So even when, like, I'm barely putting feed out today, a couple bags. Even when you don't have like something specific, like I'm going down here to do this, we have to bush hog, we have to plant. There's something to do. Like, there's work to be done. There's work that I can do right now that if it doesn't get done, it's not going to get done. You can't go back and, like feeding last week. You can't go back and feed in April once June and July rolls around. April's gone. Like these critical months, you you have certain windows where they need certain things, certain opportunities to get work done. And if you're in a club with a bunch of guys that bust it, and you know, y'all are sort of collaborative, that's the way we are. That's amazing. And don't get out of that club. And if you're in a club where, you know, maybe you're doing the most work, or you're trying to make a plan and getting it done, hey, I got bad news for you. Nobody's going to do it but you. So, yeah, just lay out a plan, make a list, everything you got to get done in the off season, or want to get done in the off season, prioritize it and make it happen. I mean, that's the thing. Coming down here, I love coming down here. I love spending time in the outdoors, love being out here. I love what it provides for people who are really close to me. You know, opportunities that maybe we wouldn't have had 5 to 10 years ago. So get out there, get after it. I mean, like I said, nobody's going to get the work done but you. So make it happen. On a separate but related note, no one's going to get the SD cards but you if you're out here, so don't forget them. April 18th, and as we discussed a few vlogs ago, very frustrating that we still have some sign going on at this juncture of the spring. Need to move on out of all that, settle down, group back up, and start growing some antlers. Honestly, do not know what type tree this is, but they must like it. I'm sure somebody watching this will know. Go ahead and drop it below to educate the rest of us. Here's another one, older, right there. Just looking up the road bed. There's a big one. Right here. I do not know what kind of tree that is. Interesting. You get out here a couple months after season, and the deer will start to tell you where they actually want to be accessing places from, because they're going to change movement patterns and how they access different points in your property during the season. The more and more pressure there is. So you get out here a couple months after season and walk around a little bit, deer will start to tip their hand on how they actually want to be accessing different points in your property. And especially, it's going to be a place on your property where you're going to try and set up early bow season on them. Then you need to be taking notes, because they'll be moving those trails you see now as opposed to the trails you were seeing in, you know, November, December, January. So if you're hunting in October, September, October, the intel you gain right now will help you kill more deer in that early bow season window. I'll look at where that goes. Yep. Oh. And we're down again. We're good, guys. Above the hickory oak. We've talked about this guy before, a couple videos back, but still getting after it. Working it. Working that one. Working that one. Might just go ahead and go back to that big scrape. Where we found his shed. See if he's still working it. Get on this side. So we had a customer ask for our 22% protein, 18% fat mix. We call it Grip Wild Plus, but they didn't want any corn. So I don't even know what this mix is. Probably pushing 50% combined protein and fat. But I got one bag of it. I mean, my goodness. Look at that. I don't want to speculate, but if I had to guess, this is what the good Lord feeds his deer in heaven. Heard guys talk about this before, and I do feel like it's accurate, but I want to be out here in March, April, May, June, July, September, when pressure is a lot lower, when deer have moved back to the patterns that are going to be, exactly where they want to be, exactly what they want to be doing. They're doing it now because the pressure's so low. I want to be out here. I want my scent to be on the property as much as possible. I mean, if I can get here 3 times a month, you know, it's only a couple hour drive for me to get here and then a couple hours back. So if I can get to the property a few times a month to have my scent around, to get them sort of used to, that's a friendly smell. That's, you know, not like, I'm not trying to grow pets or anything, but it's just such a game of inches. It's such a, the challenge is not only how can you grow and hold big bucks, but how can you get that mature buck comfortable enough to step out where you are. You know, thousands of things have to go right for him to be in the general area of exactly where you are, and then to actually get him to step into a shooting window where, you know, where you can make a lethal shot on him. I mean, it's hard to do. So if me being here a few times a month gets them just a little bit more comfortable, it becomes not quite as, you know, threatening smell. Maybe that gets me 10 extra seconds with a deer. Maybe that gets me, you know, 5 to 8 steps. That can be the difference in not seeing an animal and seeing him. That can be the difference in seeing an animal and shooting him. So I do believe it plays a big role, like in just the sightings. I think so many times bucks will move to a point where they can see everything going on, to a point where, you know, they're downwind and they can smell what's going on, and we never see them. We just never, you never even knew he was there, and you were so close, but you'd never know it, you know. And I think every little bit of sort of tool or, you know, advantage, anything we can do to level the playing field with, especially these mature bucks, I'm willing to give it a shot.